we are very, very much honored to have with us one of the most successful personalities whom we can ever think of meeting in our life. We have with us Antroy Roy Chowdhury, and a wonderful, esteemed person who is having a marvelous career. He's a student of electronics department at IIT Kharagpur, having an astonishing CGPA of 9.75 out of 10. That's why he's one of the foremost institute toppers. One of the prime achievements which he has, which makes him stand amongst even community of IITians and the research scholars is that he has published 3 international research papers in international journals and conferences, and he has given speeches in many of reputed colleges and universities across the world. Especially to name a few, his research intern at University of British Columbia, Canada, and his research intern at Purdue University was deeply appreciated by the entire panel of the professors throughout the world. He has PhD offers not from 1 or 2, but many, many universities. Few examples, few universities are Princeton University, Columbia University, University of San Diego, Purdue University, University of Michigan, and University of Berkeley. He is the person who has got selected in Google in his campus placement. And we are really very excited, and we are really very honored, and we are really very, very fortunate to have such a personality. He is one of the most inspiring personalities whom our entire Sarthi team has met, and we really look forward to take inspiration from him and really mark our lives with such inspiration and such motivation that we can also try our level best to follow his footsteps. So we welcome you, Antroy Roy Chowdhury, sir. And
Thank you so much.
we are
Thank you so much, Bhaiya.
eagerly waiting for your speech.
Okay. So I'm truly humbled and privileged and extremely honored to be here with all of you. And thanks to Sarthi for giving me a chance to speak something to the students of Sarthi who are aspiring for IIT JEE and JEE Advanced basically. So I have been asked to speak on 2 topics. Mainly one is how to prepare happily without much tension, and another is what is the world of electronics. A brief glance. So I will try to not extend much. So maybe 10 minutes each I will speak. So okay, so how to prepare happily without much tension. See, first of all, we have to understand why we get tension or why we run in distress while preparing for this examination, this IIT JEE or JEE Advanced, JEE Main, all this examination. First of all, you have to stop wasting time. We get distracted so many by social, by who keep on doing nonsense things, and if we are associating with them, then we will also get to do the same thing, and we'll ultimately waste our time. So this time is very critical, actually, very crucial. This class 11, class 12, this class 2 level. If we give a proper trial, I mean, if we struggle properly in during this duration, maybe we can set a better future academically or in terms of career. So we should try to avoid all kinds of distractions, mainly the social media and the wrong friend circles whose aim are different. Okay, so see, social media, I feel like in my time, definitely I didn't have any kind of social media platform. Only when I got into IIT, then I opened some Facebook account. That's also due to because I had to be in some kind of group, uh, some hall group or some IIT group like that. So I would suggest, unless it is extremely necessary to be in some group or getting updates in Facebook, so I would suggest don't use social media at least in this class 11 and 12. Rather focus entirely on your academic studies. Similarly, friend circle also. Choose your friends very wisely. Don't associate with anyone and everyone. Hmm. See what their aim is. Accordingly, try to get associated with them. This is one point. Next point is, so I was talking about timing, because if you just get away with all these distractions, no, then you will automatically get lots of time, because you keep on wasting, in so many stupid or nonsense things. And if you stop doing, then automatically you will get some time. You will have some time on your hand. So that is one thing. Next is, I would suggest to prepare or to plan properly, uh, or schedule properly your entire study course. Or basically, what I'm saying, that schedule that how much time you want to give to each subject. Hmm. Maybe all of us are not, strong in all the subjects. Someone may be strong in physics, but he is weak in chemistry, or someone is weak in mathematics. So in whichever subjects we are weak, we should give some more time. So we should plan properly so that there is a justice between all the subjects, because all the subjects are important. Okay. So accordingly, we should lead a very structured and well planned study. So whenever there is structure, there is if we do all these things structurally or with proper planning, then automatically it will be very systematic, and you will get, I mean, a feeling that you will be satisfied. Actually, I'm not saying that it's absolutely mandatory, but actually I got help out of this, because I used to do in a very structured way, like some dedicated time for this subject, some dedicated time for that subject, in a planning way. That is one thing. Next point is, uh, never keep any doubts, like while reading books or while attending classes in your coaching institute, the Sarthi or maybe. So never keep any doubts, whatever silly it may be. You might think this might be a silly doubt, just forget about it. No, every doubt matters actually. If you just keep on skipping the doubts, what will happen? Ultimately, a big pile, big mountain will create. Hmm? And ultimately you will be completely, you will feel completely devastated, destroyed. You will think, oh, I don't know this thing, I don't know this thing. So clearing the concept, all the basics are very important, very important. Never keep any kind of doubt. Whatever you learn, whatever you uh, get to know, try to clear concepts very clearly. Try to understand this very properly. Don't keep any doubt. Make all the doubts very clear. Ask your guide, ask your mentor, or teacher, whoever is, but get it clear. That's very important. Hmm. Next is, so I talked about avoiding distractions. I talked about managing time, uh, asking questions, and okay. Another very important issue is never be self-centered or selfish. Sometimes it happens that some other students, they ask us to clear something, to they ask for some clarification. So help others. There is no disadvantage in helping others. You might think, oh, if I help those people, then maybe I will run short of time. maybe I'm losing or I'm wasting my time. No, it's not true. If you distribute knowledge, you will your concept of that particular topic will be more stronger. And most essentially, what will happen? That person might raise some very new question, which might not have come up in your mind. And by that question, you will be also learning new things. And who knows, maybe that kind of question can also come in the final exam in IIT or J Advanced. So that's why by sharing, we also learn. So never hesitate sharing or never hesitate to share with others. So, and these days, common thing in students, like they are doing a rat race kind of. They're trying to beat others. I will go, I will match them, I will beat them, and I will go above them or beyond them. That is not a very good mentality. Try to be perfect and not the best. If you try to be always the best, huh, then there will be a time when you won't be able to like give it the best. Or maybe let's say you have been coming fast for so many times. Now when and you have already developed an expectation that you will always be the topper, the first time. Suppose something have some kind of expectations, then it will cause you so much stress. That is not a good mentality to try to be the best. To be perfect. Try to satisfy yourself. So don't try to, uh, don't try to, uh, don't try to beat others. Try to beat yourself means just see whatever your performance had been last time and try to improve upon that. So try to beat yourself from the last time. So try to self-evaluate yourself. That's a very nice point. That's a very important point. We should always keep in mind. So these are the things which can always make us, satisfied. And also we need to understand that all of us have different capabilities, different intelligence, different merit, different talents. All of us are not same. So we cannot expect that if two people are working, let's say exactly same in the same way, same manner, both of them are let's say giving 10 hours, then it's not that both of them will get the same result. No. So we have to, we have to convince ourselves. We have to be satisfied with that. Our capabilities are different. Our talents are different. So that's why the final point that I would like to say is just try your best and leave the rest under the divine. Because everything is not in your control. So you may prepare for one exam very nicely. And then I talked about helping others, very important point. Don't be self-centered or selfish, and uh, give your best and leave the divine. So I think 10 minutes is over already. So now I would shift my attention towards the next topic that I've been given. That is the world of electronics. Okay. So I've been dealing with this world of electronics for last couple of years, 4 5 years, 4 years. So you see, first of all, in this, I think in 12th there is a topic. I mean, there is a chapter named electronics, right? So the first, what is the difference between electronics and electrical that we need to understand? Uh, See, whatever let's say this AC, this microwave oven, this television, everything, this large thing. These are all electrical devices. The large. Electronic devices are miniaturized. So there is a difference between electronics and electrical. So and there is a single chapter on electronics, a simple single chapter, and much is not. I don't remember whether it's a single chapter or 2 3 chapters, but as far as I remember, very few were there. Very few details were there in class 12, in class 2 level. But when I read that chapter, actually, I didn't have much interest in electronics. But in college, actually, there will be much more. There will be big ocean. So So don't get distracted. Whatever you see in the textbook in your +2 level, electronics is much more beyond that. It's a very interesting topic. So there's a huge field. There are so many things, so many interesting things. Actually, every field is interesting if you can enjoy it, if you study it properly. Every field of academics. But yeah, what happened to me is initially I got distracted. Actually, initially when I joined IIT, I was in mechanical department because whatever I was taught in the 12th electronics, I was not much interested. Because what is this? I thought what is this? Not much interesting. Rather mechanics, Newtonian mechanics, this things are much more pretty interesting. But later on, after my first year, I shifted to electronics department because I felt okay, yeah, this is much interesting. So there are a huge vast domain of electronics. Okay. Um, so okay. Now I will talk about processing of a chip. So we see this chip, this miniaturized chip, electronics. So these are the basics of electronics. These chips. Now, what are the processing steps this chip goes through? See, there are lots of designers. Every designer have their individual roles. Let's say, first one is the circuit designer. So there are lots of software like I use Cadence. There are Cadence software. These are called actually spice software, spice simulators. So they basically design circuits. So whoever has already learned electronics or already read about it, you might have known about transistors. So these are the basic elements of electronics. Mainly the transistors, resistors, capacitors, inductors, etc. But they're miniature. So the point is, uh, you see, so in transistors mainly, in modern days, only BJT and MOSFETs are used. And BJT is also now backdated actually. BJT means the bipolar junction transistor and MOSFET means metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. So generally the MOSFETs are used in all over the world. So whatever you see, like you see all these companies, right? Intel, then Texas Instruments, then Qualcomm. So many companies are there. Google Hardware. So they make so many chips. And in your computer also you're seeing so many chips. All the chips generally contain MOSFET. I mean, transistor, they contain only MOSFET. All the generally, typically, everything is made of MOSFET only. So, among transistors. So, MOSFET, transistor, MOSFET, resistor, capacitor, all this stuff, nothing else. Now, so what I was talking, that initially there is a circuit designer who will design the circuitry. Basically, design means will simulate in the simulator. Virtually, will design. And then that will to some layout designer who will essentially map all those designs to silicon. So ultimately, everything needs to be fabricated in silicon. Okay, so that's why all the resistors, the transistors, the capacitors, inductors, everything needs to be. You need to physically, you need to physically manufacture it. So you need to do a layout. That is called layout. So after this design phase, it comes to the layout phase when the layout designer do a layout of the entire circuit. Then that layout goes to the fabrication center where the chip is finally fabricated. Now, actually, in this fabrication process and all, India is quite lacking because in India there is only one fab. So these are called fab or fabrication centers where these chips are fabricated. So in India, we do have only one fab. There is STL, Semiconductor Corporation Limited, which is under government of India. So only one fab is there in India. So we are not much, advanced in this kind of. Hopefully, in the later we may be advanced. Now you see you might have seen the sizes are reducing all the day. That is a very nice point. The nice important thing I would like to mention that why this size is long. So it says that as the time goes, after every 2 years, it will the size of the one can reduce it. Like by just experimenting, the sizes will be reduced by half a factor like that. So that's why you see that previously the computers were very large computers and all. We have seen the desktop, big desktop, but slowly it is getting miniaturized. It is getting smaller and smaller. Now the laptops, some laptops which are available are very light, extremely light. Then people have moved from hard disk to SSDs. So many evolution has been occurred. So that's why what happens is it keeps on uh, uh, am I audible or am I visible? Is there some? Okay. Mhm. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share. And the viewers who are present today, if they have some kind of question, they can definitely ask me. I would be happy to answer any kind of question regarding academics, how to prepare, or how to get motivation, maybe, or something regarding electronics, or whatever question. I will try to answer. Someone has. Thank you so much. Hmm. Okay. No, yeah. Anyway. Hmm. Thank you so much. I'm also very much grateful for giving me this opportunity so that I could share something to the younger generation who will be the future of this country, who may lead. Some of them may be leading this country. So thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity.